Okay, welcome to Deep Weird Dialogues with me, Dr. Jack Hunter, where I'm talking to contributors to the book Deep Weird about their chapters and some of the ideas that are contained in them. And today I'm here with Dr. Sharon Rawlette, and we're going to talk about her chapter on synchronicity. So Sharon, I wonder if you could tell us a little bit, maybe what is the difference between a coincidence and a synchronicity, and then what a sort of a deep weird or a high strangeness synchronicity might involve.
So for myself, I really don't make a big distinction between coincidence and synchronicity. I kind of use the two terms interchangeably. I sort of prefer the term coincidence because it leaves open whether the event we're talking about has a deeper meaning or not. Because I'm really interested in that question of whether there is a deeper meaning, what it is, and so I want to look at all of these different events, whatever their source turns out to be. Synchronicity, I think people tend to use when they do believe that there is a deeper meaning, and they may already have some idea of what it is. So in my chapter about this, and I'm talking about like deep, weird synchronicities, I kind of want to go even further beyond the kinds of coincidences and synchronicities that most people think of, or most people experience on a pretty regular basis. So a lot of those, the sort of generic kinds of coincidences or synchronicities, and I don't mean to disparage them in that way, because I think actually they can be very useful on a regular basis for us. But those more common ones that we experience, a lot of times you can explain them in a psychic way. Like if you already know that, we can communicate with each other's minds in this non-normal way, or that, our thoughts have some sort of influence on the physical world around us, then you can explain a lot of the coincidences or synchronicities you experience in that way. There's an outgrowth of those normal psychic capacities that all of us have to some extent. And so what I wanted to do in this chapter was look at some of those synchronicities that go beyond those simple explanations, where even people who have experienced a lot of synchronicities, when they experience this, they are really left scratching their heads to figure out what is going on in this case.
Yeah, great. So what do you think? I mean, this is a bit of a big question, but, synchronicities, when events seem to line up with each other in these strange ways. I wonder if you've thought about the possibility of sort of the mechanisms that are underlying it. You mentioned the possibility of psi there, but I wonder if there are any other possibilities as well.
Well, I actually think that there is an even deeper mechanism that psi is kind of a symptom of, or it's one manifestation of. And right now I'm actually doing a lot of sort of theoretical philosophical work, trying to get more of a handle on what that deeper principle might be. But if I had to sum it up, I would say I think that there is an organizing principle in our universe that works at the level of meaning. So we tend to think about our universe, at least when we're talking about science and physics, we think of our physical universe as being reducible to the action of little particles that are moving around and bumping into each other and transferring energy and what have you. And we think of all the larger patterns that we experience, like in our everyday lives, as being reducible to what's happening at that the level of elementary particles. But I think that that's actually not. That's one of the ways in which our universe is organized, but it's not the only way. And I think there's actually a higher level organizing principle that's not at the level of all these little bitty things that are sort of randomly interacting with each other, but there's this principle that is that's operating at the level of mind and what is significant to minds that are inhabiting this world.
Interesting. So yeah, that's brilliant. Thank you very much. So if you are interested in checking out more of Sharon's ideas, you can have a look in the book Deep Weird. Lots of other interesting ideas in there as well. Thank you very much.